Islam, Islam, Islam. Praise Allah Almighty. Islam, welcome to If the Truth Be Told. We give praises to our Father God Allah for allowing us to wake up to another day, being purposeful and knowing our mission and knowing the why we are here and why we are in this time and why we had to come back and do it over. It's refreshing and it's empowering when you know the why. And in connection to knowing the why, the what, when, and how definitely adds into us being fully equipped with a fixed understanding of our position so we can be a purposeful, powerful, and useful tool in the Moorsign Temple of America. When we talk about to inform, educate, and uplift, first you have to be qualified and definitely equipped. So just like in when we're flying in the airplane and the flight attendants go through their little safety rigmarole, you got to put your air mask on first before you can assist someone else. So therefore, we have to put a fixed understanding of who we are first and getting strength from that before we can assist others. So we give praises to our Father God Allah for allowing us to be that tool, to be that instrument, to be purposeful in our mission so that we can honestly fulfill the duty as a Muslim, as a Moorish American Muslim, that is to uplift all of humanity. So often we hear that verbiate across the Moorish American diaspora to uplift fallen humanity. And for the most part, it has just been mere words. It's not to say that there aren't Moorish Americans and temple communities that are out there not doing things. They are. We see them all the time. We see various Moorish communities, and even those who are social, kind of loosely connected to the Moorish Temple of America. We see um, YouTube, TikTok, or Facebook accounts of handing out clothes to those in need and feeding the hungry, uh, giving to the poor, aiding and assisting in outreach measures, and all well and good. Definitely something we can salute folks for. But we give praises to Allah for giving us a prophet to not just merely teach or rather feed someone, but to get them to be able to feed themselves. Just as the prophet said, I didn't come to save you, I come to teach you how you can save yourself. And so we give high honors to our prophet, the first American born prophet in this era of time. We give honors to all true and faithful Muslims this day. We say Islam, Islam, Islam. We definitely want to extend Islam to our community leader, Sheikh Rasadil, the Moorish Temple of America, hyphen 1928, styled as the Moorish Temples of Islam. I'm Grand Governor Isa Sadiel, and this is If the Truth Be Told. It is a broadcast that falls up under the umbrella of the Moorish Temple of America, as well as connected to our various platforms in which we have Red Crescent and Star World Studios, um, as well as the Moorish Islamic Theocratic Institute, as well as the Moorish Islamic Store, as well as Only the Truth Matters, Community Interfaith Outreach, all which is connected up under the umbrella of the Moorish Temple of America, which we are proudly a member of. So we are dutiful and duty bound to make sure that everybody get this truth. Truth is like a glass of water. It is a measure in which we uh, don't mind giving, but it is puzzling when folks would rather drink from a dirty glass or a glass they don't know where it come from and just accept it for what it is. Uh, So we're going to talk about tonight measure. And what is tonight's measure? What is tonight's measure? It's talking about a beggar people, talking about why folks always want to yell that the more science of America ain't doing nothing for nobody, and so forth and so on. And it's like, what is going on with that measure? You know, being a beggar people and not having anything, how do you expect for that which you want to be a part of to be a benefit not only for yourself but for the community if you somehow believe that you should get everything for free? You shouldn't have to pay for nothing. And that's that sovereign mess of an idea that somehow people believe that they're sovereign. No, this is my land and so forth. Just because make it formulate and verbiate from your lips, don't make it true. You know, just because you cover up your eyes, don't mean that we can't see you. We can see you. We can hear you. And then to some folks, we can even smell you. The thing is, no matter where you go in the far reaches of the earth on the planet, even if you was to link up with a township in the Congo, the deepest of Africa, to be a part of a community, you are going to be expected to do something and to be productive in something, because then you are considered a leech. You are considered a vermin to that society or community. You are considered hazardous because you are simply looking to leech onto something, and you are not being recipient in doing back for the community that you looking to be a part of. There's a reciprocity in membership. We have heard so many times, why do I have to pay membership in the More Scientific America if nationality is free all over the world? Nationality is free all over the world. But your membership dues in the More Scientific America is not for the nationality, is being connected to the community that distributes that measure in you gaining your nationality, but you're supporting the very community that you are being a part of because it's doing greater measures. No different than someone coming over to the United States of America wanting to become a citizen. You have to be you have to gain some employment. You have to be somehow valuable in this system to actually raise your right hand and to be noted as an American citizen. It's a process you go through. You can't be getting arrested. You can't be breaking the law. You have to know the Constitution. You have to speak the language. You have to know. So it's a bullet point of all the various things that must be done in order for you to be given the citizenship of an American, for you to gain the protection of being part of the United States of America. You raise your right hand, that's ceremonial because it's already been done. When they have the ceremonies and the people raise their right hand and they take the allegiance to the United States, and the judges up there speak their little speak, and all of them, and that's a celebratorial measure. Those people that are raising their right hand, they've already went through the process of being conferred citizenship, and the ceremony now is a public display of showing your allegiance to the United States by making a public declaration of you raising your right hands and verbiating the measures in which they have you verbiate as being an American citizen. It's only but one process in becoming an American citizen. But when someone asks about becoming a Moorish American, ooh wee, how many questions? I mean, how many comments in terms of answers as it relates to one being a Moorish American do you see? You can go on Facebook, you can TikTok it, you can Twitter it, you can Instagram it. How does one become a Moorish American? And instantly you would get a barrage of various answers from a barrage of various people. If there's 100 individuals within the first 3 hours of that post going public, there's going to be at least out of the 100 people posting about 150 different answers. Because out of a few of those 100 people, they're going to come back and rectify their answer at least a dozen times. We've seen it. So why would anyone believe the more scientific of America is enabled to explain this when the general populace or those who have been connected to, whether they are members of a temple, associated with the temple, or just kind of got a two-liner from a YouTube demonstration, going to explain what membership is about. How does it happen when they do it? It comes in a barrage of various various comments and ideas as to how a person actually becomes a Moorish American. Oh, just stand on your square. Spit on your hand and circle 7 times and get your cat to say meow, and you're a Moorish American. Oh, you ain't got to do nothing but just know that you're a Moorish American. You born a Moor. You ain't got to do nothing. Just say that you a Moor, and there it is. You a Moor. Oh, you got to fill out the declarations of the reciprocation of the UCC code X92-17 of the universal title of sovereignty, indigenous status, and you got to fill out those forms. And then, but before you fill out the forms, you got to submit in a money order to Jacob Brown the third, $500, and he'll get you your papers. Or just simply go to the courthouse and fill out all those crazy UCC documents that really don't have anything to do with nationality, but fill them out anyway, and just make the claim. You're a Moorish American. Well, you don't need no nationality card. All you do is get you some what you do, cut out some perforated board or get some cardboard and get some graphics on a computer, download it, and create your own right to roll travel card. And just make sure you put 1010-58-97654-321 on it, and also put down put down the More Scientific America number. That 800 number they got. Put that on your card. So this way you get in trouble, you can call, a temple, because they answer their phone all the time. Yeah, that is true. We answer our phone all the time. And yes, it is true that these bootleg sites and these weird people have put our toll-free number on their documents. Yeah, it gets crazier. It gets crazier and crazier by the minute. And I kid you not. Unfortunately, that we use a little bit of humor to draw out the importance of a very, very sensitive and a problematic issue that has festered within the teachings of our prophet. They didn't destroy them, because you can't destroy divinity, but it's just a extra step we as the Morrison Temple of America have to take in order to explain, in order to point out, in order to speak out individuals and groups of individuals about the insidious plans and plots to prostitute the faith of Islam by Identity theft. What I mean by identity theft, claiming to be me, claiming to be a Moorish American Muslim when you did not go through the strict measures in which has been defined and laid out by the founder, Prophet Noble Ali. So it becomes problematic. It becomes somewhat exhausting to address these egregious acts of, what is it called when you're trying to take over these
Oh, oh, you're talking about usurping positions
yeah,
and
these egregious acts of trying
sedition.
to seditious acts against our community, where we just simply want to educate and uplift. The Moore Science Temple of America is not trying to convince anybody. Well, at least we're not. I can't talk for other communities, but we're not trying to convince you of the truth. We're not, let me repeat this, the Moore Science Temple of America, 1928, the leadership, the citizens, the members are not trying to audition for your approval. No, we're not. We ain't auditioning for nobody's approval other than Allah, other than Allah. And we seek Allah's approval by our sincerity, our humility, our dedication, our gratitude, in knowing that He is the author of all seen and unseen. And therefore, it gives us complete grace and complete love and the willingness to submit ourselves to our Father God Allah, not seeking any favors from Allah and not out of fear, but just out of complete love for our Father God, the creator of all seen and unseen. But you have those who seek to want to join the Moorsign Temple of America, totally void of any moral aspects and principles. They just looking to either rid themselves of being responsible, paying child support. Well, you wouldn't have to pay child support if you chosen correctly who you wanted as your mate. Or maybe you chose the person before you became knowledgeable of self. Now, if you had a good relationship with the mother, maybe you could speak in regards of, hey, listen, I'm going to take care of my child. And if she knows you as a stand-up brother, or he knows you as a stand-up woman, then they will remove you out from the system. And by word, you will make sure, as a Muslim, you take care of your child. But we have individuals that don't want that. They don't want to pay child support. They don't feel they need to because they sovereign citizens. Bear witness to Allah. We had someone in our temple with two children who told us that if she took her children's fathers to court, that he would sue her because he is a sovereign citizen. And he hit her with so much paperwork and verbiage, she got totally scared. Now this young sister was terrified. She moved here to Georgia from California, and first thing she got caught up in a relationship. She was in school. She was going to Clark, Atlanta. She was here as a student, but got caught up in this relationship, got pregnant, and wound up getting stuck here. Too ashamed to go back home. And so then it got really ugly when the father of her children decided to deal with someone else. So he planted a seed. The sister gave this person two children, and he said that he didn't want them to have birth certificates. He didn't want them to have anything. Now they're not a part of any community. So now these children are 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 out. And so she didn't know what to do. She's totally blindsided because she's not working. She don't know how to receive support um from for her children. Now you have some people say, well, oh, when the sister's in trouble, you're supposed to help her. Don't go like that. Don't go like that. You know how many people that we have helped? I can't even begin to count. And many of them came with their insidious plots and plans after receiving the help that they need to get on their feet, to get off their face onto their feet, and didn't reciprocate anything back from us. But it didn't stop us from helping anyone. But we had to get this sister straight because she has the ability to get help, go back home to her parents. But she's in the process. She was living with the father of her children, grandmother. They was living with his grandmother because they didn't have a place. And then he moved out to move in with another woman. And this happened many, many years ago. But yet the sister was trying to seek an understanding. She wasn't asking for a handout. I'm going to get to that in terms of people coming to the temple with their hand out, but not willing, would want to pull out, but not willing to put in. So we explained to her the situation. She was crying in tears, and we gave her information of where she can get some assistance, because in Georgia have a lot of programs for single mothers that are in a bad position. But she basically explained to us she has a really strong family. She's just embarrassed to seek them help. I said, it's time to call mommy and daddy. It's time to call them. I've been there in that situation. So, and this is when I first moved to Georgia, way before I got into the temple, way before. Single mom, young children in middle school, and just caught up in so much, following foolishness. I was ashamed to tell my mom, that I didn't have the money to pay for my car note, or certain things. I was because I was supposed to be able to do it for myself. But hey, I had to bite the bullet, but didn't bite the bullet. My best friend called my parents. And both my parents came down during the Olympics and got me straightened out. And I love my parents for that. I had, Allah blessed me with awesome, awesome parents. Told us the same thing. Told her, go to mommy and daddy and get back on your feet. Get the support from your family so you can get yourself together. And she she acknowledged that, yeah, I need to call. But here's the thing. There's people who believe that to join the Morrison Temple of America, I don't need to pay anything. Now, here, I'm going to give you a scenario. Morrison Temple of America opens up its doors, have a membership drive or whatever. Out of 50 members in the temple, only 2 paying dues. I'm just giving it. Out of the 50 members, only 2 people are paying dues. And out of the 50 people that's paying dues, 50 members paying dues, a good 40 some members got full-time jobs. They have the money to pay dues, but they choose not to. Temple doesn't put no stipulations on this fact. So now the 2 members that's paying dues are saying that, how come we ain't got nothing? I'm paying my dues. I don't understand this. We ain't got nothing. We got this little community center we meeting out of. We barely got money to buy flyers, and we ain't even got a website. And they got to use a Google number, phone number, because they ain't got no business line, or they don't have no setup. I don't understand this. I'm paying my dues. So unbeknownst to these 2 members that are paying their dues, not knowing that they're the only ones that's paying their dues. Outside of some of the officers, now outside of the temple's officers, they're putting up. But it is such a burden because the other 40 plus members are not paying any dues. So out of that 40 plus members is not paying dues, about a good handful have a tendency to always want help. They need help with this, they need help with that. But they looking for the temple to give, but they haven't put anything in. And then when the temple says, we don't have, well, y'all supposed to be able to assist me. I'm about to move and relocate. I lost my job, and where's the money? but you ain't put nothing in. You simply just riding out. You don't advertise. You're not even doing any type of in-kind sponsorship, which means that you, instead of paying dues, you providing a service. You're not even doing that. Out of the 40 something members, not even doing that. So they wonder why we ain't got no Qurans, why we ain't got no charms or lapel pins, why we don't have, why we gotta go to other temple groups or outside of the temple to get these things. Because you got members that don't give a damn and not paying into the temple. So now you become a beggar temple. A temple that ain't got nothing, ain't got nothing to show for nothing. And when it is to show something, it looks raggedy. It looks real raggedy. You don't have a website to promote and to basically display the beauty and the love that the community is supposed to be showing. Your leadership ain't doing nothing because hell, he ain't got no money or she ain't got no money to do nothing. They can't travel and be on television and speak to the news media. They can't do any of that because temple ain't got nothing. Because out of 50 something members they got, only but 2 paying dues, with the exception of the few officers and the leadership. Ain't enough. Ain't enough. And you wonder why they ain't got nothing. And then when it's temple events to come out, oh, I ain't got no money to pay for. Hell, you ain't paying no dues, but you can't even come to an event. Ha ha! Woo! 50 something, 40 something members. Here's whether it's cookout or a membership, what's your drive, a membership drive, whether it's to assist in, let's see, some type of outreach functions, wearing a T-shirt to go out and feed the hungry or whatever. Members ain't doing. They can't afford a T-shirt. So they can't afford a T-shirt. They ain't going to help the temple. So now here you go. But yet, out of these 40 something members, they get mad and they get in their little cliques and want to talk about what the temple ain't doing for them, and they haven't done a damn thing for the temple. And you ask why? Why? The more Zion Temple America is not growing, and why the mega churches, and they selling this story, they've been selling this lie for eons, because them people believe. They believe in their religious community. Them Christians believe. They believe. And these so-called folks that's part of the More Zion Temple America, they don't give a damn. Just give me the information. Just let me think, or just say that I'm part of your group because I'm not supporting you in anything. Or you want to throw some pocket change to the community. But when you need support, you want them to come full force, like the Navy SEALs, to your rescue. It doesn't happen like that. And if you are a Moorish American Muslim, then you must, and then you not paying dues to a temple, and you not aiding in your temple community, regardless if you, here is we call them out. If you're a Moorish American Muslim and you are an active member in the Moorish Temple of America and you're not contributing to your temple, tear out your chapter of social duties. Tear it out. Tear out your chapter of justice. Tear out your chapter of religion. Tear it out, because you're not adhering to any of it. Yes, nationality is free all over the world, but the very nation in which you claiming your nationality for, they have to have people. The people are the instrument. The people are the force behind it being successful. It's based on what the people want to give. The people are the motivating factor of any organization. And if you see an organization that's thriving, it's because the membership give a damn. When you see an organization thriving, the membership gives a damn. They care. They digging deep. They digging deep and they dig often. But people want to join the More Zion Temple America and expect you to give them everything and not reciprocate anything in return. Who does that?
Can I have mine?
Can I have mine?
Go to Kroger or Walmart. I guess when you go up to the cashier, I don't feel I need to pay this because you supposed to when a brother is in trouble, a sister in adversity, a sister, you want to start reading chapter 25. You read chapter 25 to your landlord, to your mortgage company.
No, they don't pay it because they suffer. That was the guy told me. I'm a sucker. I don't have to pay no rent. See, because this is our land.
Okay.
Don't you know even Indians had to pay other Indians to stay?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
You know, even other Indians. This the stupidity of it all is they know they're wrong. But it's a key word we just got, new words. And it's called the Negro rationality of stupidity. Three words. Negro rationality of stupidity. Or the Negro rationalization of stupidity. Or we can say the Negro rationalization of his stupidity. 4 words. I think that's what we're going to use from now. The Negro rationalization of his stupidity. Because our people, for some reason, rationalize everything. You know, I was watching a video and I was watching Eric Muhammad. Eric Muhammad said something that was so deep. He said, people don't leave where they at because they're in a comfortable situation. It can be wrong as hell. Mm-hmm. Everything over there can be wrong as hell, but they're comfortable with that situation. Mm-hmm. That's why we don't have a lot of members because they know they come over here, they got to do something. They got to study. You know, and Negroes hate to study. That's why people got to make you do your homework. Because they hate to study. If it's not something stupid, something irrational, something that's not going to give them nothing, that's what they want. And that takes me back to the teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad when he said, why do the Negro, the black man, like the white man? Because he don't do nothing for him. Mm. Ooh. So the knowledge that they're acquiring does nothing for them. They don't better than him. You know, brothers talking about, yeah, I'm an Egyptologist and a Kemetic this and that, but you ain't, it ain't better than you. Ain't now pyramid built in America. All these Kemetic scientists, not one pyramid is built in them, not a half a pyramid, not a 3 feet tall pyramid. They can't even take building blocks and make a pyramid. But you against me being Islam. You dislike Islam because your master dislikes Islam. Your master loves Egypt, so you love Egypt. Ain't nobody seen that. At least he's been to Egypt. Mm-hmm. Europeans been to Egypt. Mm-hmm. You know, Dr. Clark and them, they go to Egypt. They went to their Masonic Lodge. And the people who they're imitating in another Masonic Lodge told them what happened in Egypt. But y'all hate Islam. So do most of the Negro Moors. They don't want Islam. They want more scientists. So that's where we at. You know, people actually think that we're loving this. I don't love this. I do not love making my people feel bad. I don't love that. Actually, it makes me sad. But I have to teach them what I love. I have to teach them what I love. And because I have to teach them what I love, because I love, I have to explain what I love. Too many of y'all are saying y'all Moors and you're not. You causing a problem. That's why the rise, you know, you heard nothing about the rise of the Moors lately? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And these Negroes say they don't see nothing. They're embarrassed to be with the Moors, to be in the temple. They embarrassed. But you know, you ain't heard nothing about their counselor general either, right? All that, the Moors counseling that they was at Taj Tariq and all them, you ain't seen them do nothing. Ain't nobody went up there and said, these are my people, let them go. Ain't nobody played no modern day Moses. Nope. Ain't nobody from Iraq was saying, let my people go. Because they're not members of anything. Right. See, you're not a member of anything
Right.
but your own imagination.
Right.
It's a sad affair. How did we get to this condition? Hey, brother, what y'all got? What are y'all doing? Wait a minute. First of all, if you're following the guidelines and the holy and divine teachings and practices of our holy prophet, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Right.
We'd be in a different situation. We'd be in a situation like the American, they call the American Indians. We might have problems having gambling casinos because that's what people are making money off of. But we wouldn't have these problems.
Right.
We wouldn't have the Negro problem. The Negro would have a problem because he would be Moorish and we would be doing what the prophets they do. Pardon me. You know, there's something deep and great in what our prophet brought us. You cannot do anything without the prophet because the prophet is Allah in the person. And by him being Allah in the person, when he say do something, do it. When he say don't do it, don't. To the best of your ability, try to follow the instruction. Our prophet is a holy prophet. All you really got to do is just sit back. I mean, just sit back and study the prophet like you study civics. If these same so-called Moor scientists and civics people and Southern people, if they studied the prophet, Noble Jew Ali, as he should be studied, we wouldn't have this problem. I would have people calling me from Carbondale, Illinois, talking about I'm the embassy. I would have people here in Georgia and these counties calling me talking about they need help. We have an issue. That issue is we raised in a society that teaches us to hate ourselves. We still hate ourselves. Sisters don't like their hair. That's why they're getting blonde hair. Sisters don't like their hair. I seen a sister yesterday. Her eyelashes was as long as my phone.
I think she blinked in your koopy kind of, those koopy down.
Yeah, she, I'm on. That's just eyelashes about that on her head.
I don't think she could see.
She had to do like this.
It was just literally, if you were to go in the court, if she was to be a witness for some measure, the prosecutor probably say, I don't think you saw exactly what happened because
you might saw it in pieces.
Because your eyelash.
No, I'm telling you.
Got obstruction.
And she had bleached blonde hair.
Yeah.
Happy.
We don't even like. I mean, just think. We don't like ourselves. I seen a sister walking around the store with a man. He had his hand in his pants hanging down to his damn cheeks, walking around the store. And I was trying to imagine what could she see in her baby because she had a baby in the stroller who had a diaper on. You know, this shows signs of desperation. The women's already saying no men's out there. So whatever they get is what? A sign of desperation. The majority of them because they're desperate to have some type of penis in the house.
Before you came down, we was given a scenario on so many folks wanting to join the More Scientific America. And we've come across many that would say, well, I ain't got no money to pay no dues. How can I still,
But they getting high for reefer. They buying reefer. You can't pay no dues, but you're buying reefer. You're wearing Air Jordans. You're going to the club, but you can, you know what?
What you want,
What I want to tell them is this here, F you. I want to hit them with the F you. What the sister told us, brother's wanted $10,000 from her, and he's making all his money. And I asked where he live. He live in the projects. Said because he don't want to get away from his people. I said, sister, can you go for something that stupid? I'm raised in the project, and I was trying to get the hell away from him. I don't know nobody in the project trying to stay in the project making money.
That's exactly right. I remember with some episode where one of the brothers from the Wu-Tang, they was talking about because they, got property, they got a lot of properties and businesses and so forth. And someone asked them, well, how come you moving out of your community where your people is at? Which is the projects. And he said, this wasn't the vision of my forefathers. This ain't the vision of my ancestors for me to live in this type of environment. Why can't I want better for myself because you stuck here?
And the fact that he could buy some acres of land to build better housing for the people in the projects.
Now, here's a question that we saw on our thing. We got our number scrolling if you want to call in when we open up for the call line. The question was, and someone said, C. Freeman Hill was right. You Moors ain't never done nothing for no black people.
I'm not black. That's what I told C. Freeman Hill. I said, I'm glad that you say you're black. You're not Moorish. What did he do? He was hooked up with some European woman, and then as soon as she left, he started talking about black power. He a Mo. So he was married to a European. He couldn't come in the temple with the European. Therefore, he became a pork sausage eating, smoking fella.
Well, he was
Wait a
part of
minute.
the Masonic Lodge. Right?
Wait. But who buried him? Let's look at this. Y'all didn't do nothing for C. Freeman Hill, you black people. You black people, y'all had to beg for some money to bury C. Freeman Hill. I wonder why. Y'all was selling his books, his tapes. He was your God. Same with Dr. Clark and them, Dr. Bean. They died in senior citizen. Where's all these generals that they talk about? All these, yes, we're for the black man. Moors ain't nothing. But the people that y'all holding up while they're alive, y'all ain't doing nothing for them. The man died in the senior citizen. You mean all y'all, where did your father die?
In his room.
And you said your father died where?
In his room.
His room where?
In our house.
All right. We went and got him, didn't we?
Yeah.
He was living in, y'all don't call them projects. I call them projects in New York. We went and got him. Why did y'all go get Dr. Clark? Generals? Pharaohs? Y'all didn't go get the man.
But I remember when we first bought this home, when we first closed on our house, you was very specific about where the house got to be and what it has to have. And I remember it's just the two of us. Our children are grown. They got children. So it wasn't like we had, children. But he said it has to be some rooms because this is when your mom was still living.
Yeah.
And my dad was still living. And he said we may have to take care of our parents.
Right.
So we have to have a room in the house.
Not just our parents, but other Moors.
Yeah.
How many people we didn't put over 10 people in this house. And 4 of the people had children. Brought their children with them. Yeah. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me because you don't see it, it isn't so?
Yeah.
Moors are doing stuff all across the country.
See, I don't have my cell phone out taping Chief live when he's giving money to a homeless brother that's been homeless, and we actually wound
JJ.
up, his name is JJ, actually found out his name, but also his situation from someone in the community that knew him.
And saw us taking him stuff.
And saw us, and they said to the chief, they said, I thank you for looking out for him. And they gave us some little background about him. But I don't have my camera taping him live.
One we look at.
But and it's others, is others that we look out at. But I don't have, it was only but one incident where I did have my camera up and it
that
just
was
had,
in Walmart.
We was in was it in Walmart? Yeah. Was it Walmart? Oh yeah, when the brother was so because it was like Chief was giving him a conversation about how he know what this brother's going through. Often enough people throw up your past. And it's something that I was watching with even with the brother the Asiatic brother, the poet. I can't James Baldwin.
Yeah.
James Baldwin talked about his past, and we're, one of the things he said, I'm telling you about my past because I don't want no one trying to use it against me.
All right, wait, let me say this with that. I think our boy Tahaka was telling people about my crack days. And I thought I already told people that. But now, what would y'all rather be, a crackhead or a child molester? Mm-hmm. Now, they say that he a lifetime pedophile. He got a report wherever he go for child, the child stuff, child this, child that. I ain't got to report nobody. I used to be a crackhead.
But
I ain't seen it nowhere. I ain't go nowhere where I have to report. When I get to that city, I'm an ex crackhead. I was on crack for 8 months.
Check in with the sheriff.
I got to check in with the opiate dealer.
but that's how people have tried to weaponize your
But nah,
past.
but see, those are the people that's failures. Nobody successful would do this. It's just like when Sister Washington Hill was telling me, and he been to prison. Hold up, most everybody in the Michigan temples have been in prison, and they keep going back and forth.
The leaders of the communities,
Right,
but
but see,
they don't talk about it.
no, they pass laws against them.
Oh,
See, but now this is the thing. So, if I was a crackhead, how did I become a drug counselor? I didn't become a drug counselor before I was on crack. I became a drug counselor after I was on crack to one of the best crack programs in America, Facts on Crack at Glide Memorial Church. They even named streets after that man I was with.
Cecil Williams.
Cecil Williams. You met him. What did he tell you? What did he tell me?
He told you that you was one of his best counselors. I bear witness before Allah. I bear witness before Allah. He
So,
said that you was one of his best counselors.
so when I drowned, when I almost drowned, I became lifeguard number because I became the head of the swimming pool. I became the mate of the swimming pool that I almost drowned in. So what I'm showing you is that the things that was my foes became stepping stones.
Mhm.
What about you? Now to be a child molester for the rest of your life, you know,
That's egregious.
that's egregious. You know, who gonna trust you with their child? But this is the thing. That's it's like you stuff the barrel of your gun and try to shoot me, it's gonna blow up in your face. So anyway, when we gonna set the calls?
Oh, the the phone number is scrolling. Um,
Let me see if I see it.
and I'm about to send Kenyatta the link again. So
Why you mess with Kenyatta like that?
yeah, Kenyatta, I gotta send you the link again. It's already on there. You can pop up if you want to, Kenyatta. You can call in. Well, I'd rather you pop in and then you can just talk
Yeah,
from your phone. But the phone number is 678. It's scrolling on the screen if y'all can see it, but if y'all ain't seeing it, but maybe can't see it, it's 678-632-1499. So if you want to call in with a question, measures of about what we're talking about, um, do so. But as we get, folks that want to call in and sharing this discussion, I want to also inform you of what we're having this Sunday. And this is definitely in line with what we're doing and why we're doing it, because too often people are being misled by not really having a good understanding as to the more scientific America as it relates to membership. And our thing is, we're not trying to this webinar is in no way to convince anyone of to join our community, to join someone else's community. We're not looking to bash anybody community. We just simply want to inform, educate, and uplift as to the duties of what it is to be a member within the More Scientific America, what is expected of you, and what you should expect of the temple that you have engaged to be an active member in. So whether you are a former member, new member, seeking to be member, active member in our community, or even in another community, it is we want you to gain an understanding as to what membership is about. It's a webinar. You can RSVP now. Is this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can actually gain a gauge in a conversation and also ask questions. And our thing is we're not trying to audition or proselytize anything in terms of you join. There's no compulsion for you to take up the faith of Islam. There's surely no compulsion for you to take up membership within our community. But it's our duty as Muslims to inform, educate, and uplift you with the truth of the matter. Because too often we're hearing people getting a misunderstanding about membership in the temple, and it puts a bad taste in their mouths, and then they look at everyone that's a Moorish American Muslim and make that connection, and somehow we all are this is a ubiquitous idea and concept, and we're not all connected like that. The Moorish Zion Temple of America understand what community that you're a part of. So this way you have a understanding about what membership supposed to look like. At least, even if you are active in another community, you should have an idea of what membership supposed to look like, what it should look like.
You know your responsibility.
And knowing your responsibilities. If anything, it will make you maybe a better member within your community, maybe put you in a position of making other members in your community responsible in their duties of their membership, maybe engage in conversations with your leadership about why they not doing what they supposed to do as leaderships in your community. This way it will make people accountable in the positions that they have taken on for themselves. Because too often we're seeing the Moorish Zion Temple America look greasy and grimy.
Oh yeah.
And when Moors go out and engage in the public, they looking great. I mean, I see images with men, Moors with they fez on, pants sagging down, dirty t-shirts
or they
on.
wearing them raggedy blue jeans. Listen, you go to the store and you buy blue jeans with holes in, and then you run around, and then you got dookie braids in your hair with different colors.
Yeah, and it gets ridiculous where
you don't look no different than a Negro.
So how would anyone think the organization to be that responsible and the members believe in that organization when it's represented so haphazardly, when it's represented in such a scandalous
way? Why would
way?
you want to leave to join something that you're already part of? If you're a Negro, you're already doing Negro thing. Why join something?
So that's what we're saying. You go on the main website as of the MSTA 1928.org to register. I believe Brother Moriel put the link up for the. Let me do that too. I'll put the link up so this way you can join. You can register RSVP. And for those who happen to RSVP, we got a little something for you at the end of the webinar. So this way it will help in on your journey. So yeah, we're gonna put the link up there. And that's the link. I don't know if I put it right. I think you can copy it if you on YouTube channel. But if you looking at this via Facebook, I don't think you can copy the link. But anyway, if you're on YouTube, you can actually probably copy the link in the messenger and copy and paste it in your thing and join. And join the webinar. And it's not you and you can ask questions. You have an opportunity to ask questions and we welcome the exchange. Because again, this about membership webinar to give people an understanding. Because one of the biggest things we hear often is that, well, nationality is free all over the world. Why I gotta pay membership dues or being part of the community? And it's like, and these are the same people that would join a community.
No. Them the same people that go see the reefer man. Them the same people that take a woman out to dinner, have sex with them, refuse to take care of their children. That's why they refuse to take care of the nation. I'm not sad to see them Negroes go.
Yeah.
You know?
And so we try to do our best to continue to create these various platforms to engage so people can make an informed decision.
That's right.
And so this way you can't say, well, I didn't know. Because a lot of times people say they Google us, and how many times do we get where people say, y'all the only ones that answer y'all phone? Y'all the only ones that responded back. Because we care. We care. And this is what we're doing in terms of engaging. This is our way of being responsible Muslims to inform, educate, and uplift. Because we're duty bound in our mission. We're not passive Moors, and we are very aggressive in this because we love what we do. And so, as many times Chief may come off hard, I may come off hard, is because, it's like the saying say, either go hard or go home. We this is what we love, and how can an organization be successful when it doesn't have the support of those who claim to be part of that organization? How it's going to be successful?
Well, I know one thing. People been feeding our people for decades, centuries, and ain't nothing changed. So it's not eating.
Absolutely.
So it's not eating. It's not feeding the people the solution. You trying to feed the people like Christians so that you can get them. I remember, like I said, I did a whole lot of dumb stuff when I was younger. And I was up in New York, and I was I lost everything. I was about 18, 19. And man, I went to this place to eat because that's when I found out. Well, there's a lot of places in New York for homeless people. I didn't know that. And so I'm riding around, this guy got this big suitcase. It's very hollow. You always hear stuff moving in. He didn't holler at nothing in the suitcase. So he said, "Come on, you come over. I'm going to stay." I said, "Okay." So we go to this place. Before you eat, you gotta be preached to. They tell you all about Jesus Christ. Then afterwards, they feed you some stuff that's not even eatable. I've been across this country, and I'm gonna tell you, there's places that's feeding you that's not even food. Other people give away food, bread, and stuff like that. Ask Cecil Williams, why are you giving turkey to people that's homeless?
Where they gonna cook it at?
Where they gonna cook the turkey and they homeless?
What was his response?
He said, "My job to give it away, not what they do with it."
Oh,
And we'll take the turkey and go right across the street and give it to the Chinese and sell it to the Chinese.
oh, wow.
Because they be right across the street from Glide buying your turkey and putting it in their trucks and their cars.
Mhm.
But this is the thing. Has feeding our people redeemed them? If you feed them every day, they're gonna come back every day.
Mhm.
But they ain't joining the temple. Now you would figure pandemic been here for 2 years. So
Mhm.
everybody been feeding people 2 years. Their temple should have been multiplied by what? 100.
Mhm.
So if you've been feeding people, you boasting, you giving out these pork hot dogs and all this other pork fed food, and you feeding the people for the last 2 years, how many of them people come to the temple
Mhm.
and took out their nationality and became Muslim? How many people you fed? Now I remember when we was doing it in California, uh, uh Braswell Bay and Bel Air were talking about we a shelter. So we used to have a place for people to come sleep on our floors. And we put mats down, put the TV on. Dr. Bay would give us free cookies and cakes and stuff. And we put our own coffee up there. We used to look after the people. But I told them, "Lord, we're not doing it to look for new members." "Well, brother, why are you doing it then?" "Because the people need a place to stay. Because the people need some eat. I ain't doing it to get no members. Because that ain't how you get members.
Mhm.
Members should come in with their minds open, wanting to do better, not to get fed."
Exactly, because it wouldn't it would even put a greater stress on the temple when half or majority of their members are homeless, ain't got nothing. How is that temples get support? How is the membership going to support the temple that they're in if they don't have and ain't able to support themselves?
Well, those temples that's feeding the people seem like they can support themselves because they boast of how many bags of bread and cookies and zooms one want to get. But their temple is not growing. Now they might be doing it just like I'm doing it, just to show the people that they there. Maybe that's why they're doing it. But then you shouldn't be taking pictures and boasting them because they ain't coming back to the temple. Listen, most of the people I fed in California joined the church. They went back to the church. I remember someone would stop by the temple and talk with me, and some of them even became back Jehovah Witnesses. And they would say, "You don't remember? I remember you, sister. What's going on?" Well, I'm not mad at you. We always been fed, even if it's pork. We always been fed.
Mm-hmm.
We all, but that hasn't changed. It's your mind you got to change. Now you might every now and then you might get one person out of 1,000 that say, "Man, they fed me. They're some nice guys. I'm gonna join the temple." That's it. Well, if you look around the country, ain't nobody joining the temple by the hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, the people in the temple, if you watch them, after they get through feeding you, they go do what you're doing, smoking reefer, selling dope. They doing the same thing you doing. They doing the same thing that got you in that position in the first place. What made you hope you got hooked on drugs? And then you buying your drugs from them. So the daytime they feed you, the nighttime they give you dope.
Oh wow.
I done seen that. So when you have a business, let's say, your business is not successful because you opened the door. You rented a place, you got the door open, you're taking all these pictures, you're doing everything. That's not for the public, that's for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, less than 5 years later, you got to close the door. That's not a successful business. 5 years later, you got to close the doors. So when you're taking all these pictures and stuff, you should be taking the pictures for your edification. You put on, this is what we was trying to do, but we didn't get the support. It's like Brad said, "Yeah, we was trying to buy this building here, but you know what? The Moors wouldn't support us." Support who? You say you everything. If you've been in since 1928, so now since 1925, you ain't got no money. You don't own nothing. You've been here since 1925. The first charter issued out to the Moore Scientific Americans issued out October the 15th, 1925. And you ain't got no money?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no building? Then you are not successful. That's over 90 years, ain't it?
97.
Huh?
97.
97 years. The nation of Islam has failed and rose again in a multitude of terms. Moors would not support real leadership because the problem of it is you're not actually following the supreme dictation of our holy prophets, divine doctoral teachings and practices, because you're not doing it. Yeah, you look good on Friday and Sunday. Oh, you're putting on your best clothes. What the prophets say? You well-dressed priests.
Mm-hmm.
And the prophet tell you the conceitions that solve much harder problems. The thieves and stuff, the people that you feed that solve harder problems than you. Ain't that something? You both gonna give me a bag of Cheerios and some milk, and I can solve harder problems than you. I was a crackhead for 8 months. I solved much harder problems than you. You've been selling dope for a lifetime. You know how many pictures you can see with brothers in the car with big dope dealers and they grand sheiks and governors?
Mm-hmm.
You can see these brothers in cars with big time dope dealers, Mercedes Benz and all this other stuff, Bentleys and stuff, Rolls Royces. And they boasting about giving somebody a bag of Cheerios, some Wheaties. We have to do better more. That's all I'm saying. We got to practice it. You got to foster the principles of Islam amongst us. And y'all really don't want Islam. So we give y'all a chance to call in. Call in. Tell me about what y'all think I just said.
Islam. So this is what you can
It's
do.
8:50.
You can take your phones and you can go ahead and call in. If you're at home and looking on your YouTube screen, you can just turn it down, and when you call in, you can speak and share a question or even a comment. Help instigate the conversation. We are have the phone lines open at 678-632-1499. Um, and if you are interested in wanting to uh, have a fixed understanding of membership within the More Scientific America, what does that mean? What is that about? Um, and even those who are seeking to, want to be a part of the More Scientific America in terms of understanding the faith of Islam, our Sufetic form of faith. But maybe you can't join the temple because there's criteria that you don't meet.
You know why they ain't joining the temple? Because they're trying to look too sexy. Too sexy. Trying to look too sexy, too cute. Trying to be too much of a feminine man.
So we got membership. We covering general membership. What would be an associate membership? Maybe you fall under that category, and we're going to go more into that once you RSVP. So all of that you would know in the webinar. We're not going to do it here, but we just keep kind of gauging you into what is going to be talked about. What is general membership? What is an associate member? How do I fall under that degree of being an associate member or being a member of our more Sufetic order, the order of the Mahdi's? How can I be a member of that? Um, and also sponsorship, or rather supporters. We have a general supporter and even organizational supporter. Maybe you have an organization that is doing great things, and you would definitely like to um, support what we do. And so
Sorry to hear
having organizational support um,
He would.
is that exchange, and you supporting us and we supporting you, or you want to support us financially. That definitely gives some perks to that as being in terms of sponsorship, or maybe in kind sponsor. What is an in kind sponsor? Oh, we'll let you know at the webinar. So the webinar is something we do when we talk about membership. We do it at least once or twice a year, and it is to engage those who have been interested in joining the Moore Sign Temple of America in a way in which they have the front seat. So you are part of this event doing our webinar in the comfort of your own home, where you can engage and be informed, educated, uplifted by about membership. And this way, even if you choose not to join our community, whatever Moore's community you choose to join, at least you're going there with a good foundation as to why what the Moore
Let
Scientific
me tell
America
her
is
we on
about.
TV.
She didn't.
I'll call
No,
her.
no, you didn't call. I text her.
I'm finna call her now. Just keep your phone like it is.
And so we want to just inform you that we are engaged in doing this, and it's open up to anyone, whether you a member, former member, past member, seeking to be membership, or
Wait a
just
minute,
curious
former.
about
Did you just say former member?
somebody else's community.
You said former member. You can only be a former member here.
Okay, or someone from another community.
You can't be a
Yeah,
former
remember,
member.
I'm not former member, someone from another community. You can, or just simply someone seeking to know. Just maybe you're just curious about the whole process of membership, so you can and you want to make an informed decision as to joining the More Scientific of America. Maybe you went through some really bad situations, and we've had horror stories. We have our own personal horror stories of connecting with groups claiming to be uh,
What do you want?
the groups that want to claim to be Moorish
Islam.
and be about the more scientific
Listen,
America.
listen. Write
About
these down.
so we want you to join us.
Thursday, Friday. Don't call it nighttime because we
So
have classes.
so we want you
Sunday
to
at 2 o'clock. We have classes.
to our community.
Write them down because we're in the middle of a meeting and you call it. Just to, all right. Peace and love. Praise all. All right.
So the phone number is 678. Gotta put my glasses on. 678 632 1499. So if you're seeking to have a question you got, have a comment, maybe we said something that you don't understand. Maybe we said something you don't agree with.
You said
Maybe
678 what?
678 632 1499. Maybe you're upset about something. I mean, whatever. I don't know. Whatever you call it, you got something to say. We give you an opportunity to be part of the If the Truth Be Told platform, to speak your truth, to speak the truth. Because we
You
is
ain't answering your phone, right? Somebody calling? So you ain't got to wait till nobody can call in.
Audio. To accept. Okay. I sent the caller's voicemail. Goodbye.
I don't send me that.
oh they can call in. I
Yeah,
can
you
hear.
weren't even hearing it.
How you,
Because I was calling for about 15 minutes. You didn't even hear it.
no, I
Or
guess
you didn't hear it.
you didn't hear it.
You didn't answer the phone to ask you about the phone.
That's only
So
thing-
somebody could have been calling. You ain't answering the phone.
if somebody called, I would hear it
Well,
once it
it
rang.
didn't ring. I rung it for 5 minutes.
But I can't control that.
So you didn't hear it. Why didn't you hear it?
I don't know. Did you hear it?
That was on my phone.
Okay.
Now you can hear it. All right, answer.
Call from Ross Audio. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail,
Accept.
2. To
I have a question. Why y'all always talking like that? Why y'all do that? How come y'all ain't showing no love? Show some love. How come y'all don't show no love? The guy asked the question. How come you don't show no love?
Can I hang up on you?
No, you can't hang up on the person. You told the people to call. Now answer the question. How come you ain't showing no love?
I show love. Love is that which creates, love that which that saves, and love which that destroys. So what love are you looking for?
Hang up.
Yeah, I'm doing that for this. Love us.
That was a good answer. Love is that which saves, that which destroys, and that which creates. Which love you ain't showing? That's why he hung up. Quick. He probably said, I ain't never heard that before. Love is that which creates, that which destroys, and that which saves. I never heard that before. In our temple, we don't talk like that. We don't be intelligent. We just ask dumb questions, do dumb stuff. Well, when we gonna close out?
Okay.
Since you ain't answering the phone. Oh, wait a minute. Here go the imaginary bucket. Y'all can drop some money in it.
Oh yeah. If y'all on YouTube, on our YouTube, if y'all watching this stream via YouTube, you can click on the little $, and that is also a way to support as being a what do they call it? A super
Sustainer.
a super
A sustainer.
chatter or whatever. You can support that way, or go to our main website at MSTA1928.
call from Ross Audio. To accept, press 1. To send.
You think you small? You ain't small. Call talking like that? Why can't you just be like us? Love everybody and everything. If you can't say nothing good about nobody, why y'all talking about it? What's up?
Allah does not love everybody.
You ain't answered the person question.
You actually, I did get a situation where we was in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot which one. We was doing our
Virginia.
federal prison in Virginia, and the brother was really perplexed. I mean, he was heat. He said, "I read this Quran front with and backwards, and then you can't show me nowhere where it says that Allah don't love everybody."
That's all you got.
So what you tell him?
I can't remember. I can't remember what I said, but whatever I said, I remember he got pissed mad
Well,
because I said, "Well,
this how I know Allah don't love everybody. Because in every child, the prophet is standing before the fire. Nowhere in my Quran does the prophet say he loves everybody.
that's it."
Chapter 1 clearly states some people are going to catch hell. Jesus never said that. I don't know no prophet that said God loves everybody. Now, since if you are a Muslim, you believe in heaven and hell in that fashion, then you know there's a devil in hell that's going to burn people up for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Christian, your devil is forever. So in either case, you got 2-3 different jurisdictions. With the Catholic Church, you got purgatory. You just stay there till you get right.
They changed that though. Did they change that?
Yeah, they changed. You don't be there forever. God, even the devil will kick you out.
You got them with the Bible verse.
Oh,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah. Solomon and Gomorrah.
And Nineveh.
Okay.
Nineveh was doomed.
okay.
So God has. But see, being a Moabite, you shouldn't ask no dumb question like that. You can't show me the Quran where Allah say he loves everybody. You know I know that?
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 48, end of verse 6. We're two different people.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not supposed to mix with the other people.
Mm-hmm.
So two different people, if we all God love everybody, we can do the same thing.
Absolutely. Y'all want to call in and talk about it? Mm.
No, I didn't want to call in and talk about it.
Well, join us for tomorrow if you needing to be in a community.
What about Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. So it's gonna be busy for y'all this weekend because y'all got Friday Holy Day service with us at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Then you have Sunday school with us at 2 p.m. And then you have the members about membership. The webinar about membership at 7 p.m. Sunday. So y'all got y'all gonna be busy this weekend.
If you take advantage.
Yeah, take advantage.
Take advantage of this.
So
because unless your leader taught you about the questionnaire, the Quran, and your nationality card, if you know that, you don't need to come on. But if you don't know that, you need to do your thing.
So register for the webinar at msta1928.org. And again, that's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, it is not going to stream live. It's not going to.
Somebody
it's not going to
Montreal
stream.
Quebec call me.
It's probably one of those spam. So it's not going to stream
That's
live.
Not spam. That's not spam.
Oh, I don't know. So if you're thinking that we're going to be live, like doing the streaming for the membership webinar, we're not. It's only for those who RSVP, and it's only specific to your email address that you register for the program. So you can't share it with anyone else. So the webinar is specific to you, And also, if you paid the $20, because there's a registration fee, just a mere $20, that's part of our membership uh, uh, drive, as we are
It's for the
in
support
the
of the
support of the
things that we're
community.
gonna keep on
Well, all of
doing.
that.
Yeah.
And so just note that you be able to benefit from the information.
Yeah.
So go ahead and journey over to our main
Just ask
website.
yourselves, how many of y'all got nationality cards that was explained to you by your teacher, by your grand sheet? Because your card is supposed to be explained to you.
So we have these webinars at least once a year to engage people to be informed, educated, and uplifted about the duties of membership, what it should look like, and what you should know. Um, and be clear about it. Because what's problematic is when you see a posting on Facebook or Twitter where someone asking about how does one become a Moorish
I
American,
thought we was all born Moorish American.
and then you get a barrage of responses. I mean, it would be one post and they had like over 300 comments. All of them had variations of being similar to others, but they was all coming from different places and different concepts. And I
Well,
can
did the
see
prophet have that many?
no.
One way.
And I said, if you ask someone how to become an American citizen, it's only one way. They would just simply tell you go to the immigration
You
department
got to follow instructions.
of the United States. Go to, and they have a link on the website where you can follow the steps. And there's not a multitude of various variations of the process. It's only but one strict way to become an American citizen, just as it is to become a Moorish American. There's no variations, all these different ideas and concepts. So if someone was sincerely seeking to join the Moorish Science of America and then posted that on Facebook, whoa, I can see why you may be confused or feeling some kind of way about the more scientific of America, as far as
That
being
those
represented.
more scientific American.
Those
I ain't listen.
that
Those versions of the
Yeah,
more,
those
because there ain't but
versions.
one more scientific America. Don't get it twisted, sister.
So we want to give clarity when there's due. So with that being said, since there's no calls coming in, you can always give us a call on our toll-free number, 888-361-2499, preferably during business hours. And we'd be glad to assist you as we are able to. With
If
that,
we feel like it.
don't call about getting out of jail. Don't call about us flying somewhere to get your brother,
I don't
sister,
know how they do
cousin.
that. If you
out
supposed to
of
come
jail.
up here and help us. Yeah, you ain't sending no money.
Yeah, I mean, literally,
Yeah, you
y'all
supposed to come up
fly
here.
out there, help them Moors. I'm like, who does that? What organization does that? That I can literally right now call up and if I'm in trouble and they gonna fly out some representative that I ain't never met, never talked to, but they gonna fly out, get hotel room and zooms and win money to come aid me, someone that I ain't give a dime to them for anything, but they gonna pay all that money to come aid me. Where's that organization at?
It's out there.
Where?
In the
Now,
North
unless you
Pole,
burnt
in
out,
North Pole,
now unless you get burnt out or
in
you in
the
a
Salvation,
flood,
yeah.
then you can call the Salvation Army, the Red Cross. Oh, them Christians come out. Oh, they come out because they got billions of dollars. People give to them organizations. Them Christians, they support their organizations. Well, they give all the time, can constantly. Any Red Cross help you out when you was in
Oh
the
yeah, 2 fires.
2 fires and
No,
an
more than
earthquake,
that.
right?
More than that, I've been in 5 fires in an earthquake. Oh, they took care of me. Put me on the battleship,
All that. So yeah.
U.S. Pillar.
But these so-called people claim to be Moors. They figure they get caught up in some legal battles or something. When they can't call the Red Cross, they ain't coming out. Can't call the yeah, all of can't. They ain't coming out. But somehow, because you say from your lips that you're Moorish, somehow we're obligated to run to your aid
But you don't do nothing for the team.
And like we know you, and we supposed to help you out. Who
We
does
do.
that?
I can help you out. I just hang up on you. Make the conversation
Now
short.
we
You can
help
call
our
somebody
own.
else.
Now we
No,
help our
we
own.
cut the conversation short. You can go get some help from somebody else.
Who does- I mean, and they get upset when we say, huh? Oh, well, y'all gonna fly out here? Who y'all gonna fly out to come represent my brother, my cousin in court? Because he said he a Moor, and this is Moor Science of America. So y'all, he's a Moor, so y'all supposed to help Moors. I'm like, what?
We
So
do help ours.
that's like you having a business and someone saying that they are an employee because they say it out of their lips that you supposed to give them a check at the end of the week because they claim to be an employee of your business, and you supposed to give them a check, irregardless of them being on the payroll or HR know them, they don't, because they say it from their lips that they are an employee of your business, you owe them a check.
Well, if that's the case, I want to get paid now.
Oh,
I want my check.
my goodness.
And I'm not your baby daddy.
Here's the thing: we don't take Tylenols for stupidity. We just get rid of the stupidity.
And I'm not your baby daddy.
You know, why take Tylenols for people that give you headaches? Get rid of the thing that causes you the headaches. That's
I'm not your
intelligent.
baby daddy.
So you're gonna sit in there and invest in bottles of Tylenol or whatever painkiller, Oxycontin, I don't know, whatever painkiller
I'm
you
not
need
your baby daddy.
in that part. And it, hey,
We don't need no DNA test. I'm not your baby daddy.
okay, we said enough. We love y'all. Continue to do the right thing. As let Allah go before you, so Allah can be with you. Allah is almighty, and he, like you said, he ain't your baby daddy.
I ain't help you make them.
Oh, you gotta love it, man.
What are you talking about? The governor over here cracking up. The governor over here cracking up.
That's some more English stuff. Not your baby.
They cut the show.
What?
They cut the
Maury
show.
Porridge is gone.
Oh, after all these years.
Yeah,
He done got this
they
money.
say all this has been a bunch about you Negroes not having no baby daddy. Don't know who you screwing.
Him and Connie Chung. Huh?
Yeah.
They done got their money.
Living it up.
They ain't got.
Yeah.
They done invested enough in the DNA thing, so
Yeah.
they done. So
Yeah, they got paid good from that corporation.
yeah, maybe we should do one.
Well, I'm not your baby daddy.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not even going. No, it's just not.
I'm not your baby daddy. Let's get
Call
this
us
straight.
in. Let's see if we can figure this out.
Yeah.
Moore's court online, so we can dispute issues dealing with.
Yeah, who am I? We're gonna do DNA. Who am I?
So Chief is
Ain't
going.
nobody coming.
So we're
We're gonna do DNA.
You know they ain't coming.
So write us at info@msta1928.org. Tell us about the dispute you have against another Moor. And we'll put y'all on a screen. We got the split screen. And we will look at it from a community point of view
Legal.
to see who is right or wrong, legal, a lawfully and legal point of view. And we will put the best measures of
We'll let you know who the baby daddy is.
the Islam on the table.
We'll let you know if you're with a real temple.
Yeah,
That's right.
on the table, so you can know.
We're not your baby daddy.
It's an idea, right?
Chapter 25.
Let us know how y'all think about it. We will go.
We
with
already thought about it.
They ain't coming.
that. They ain't coming.
They ain't coming.
Islam. Well, with that being said, we will leave y'all in the best of ways. Continue to be safe. Continue to be inspired, and continue to be hopeful because Allah is leading on and victory is assured. If
And
you
may
believe.
Allah go before you rather than behind you.
That part. Praise Allah. Almighty.
Almighty.